Hello, welcome to Hearthstone Painting. My name is Mark, and today we're going to be painting the markers for the Age of Darkness Saturnine Horus Heresy box set. We've been doing this kind of stuff for the Blood Bowl contents, and I thought it'd be pretty cool to do it for the Heresy. I initially intended to match these to my Iron Hands army, which I'll explain a little bit later, but I needed to change my plans. So, we're going to start with the underlayer of black. Now this has already been spray painted Chaos Black, but we're going to go in with an extremely watered down pool of Abaddon Black here. So we want to make sure we do this just in case there's any issues or parts of the paint chip off and we need to relayer it, because the Chaos Black spray paint is actually a slightly different tone to Abaddon Black. So we want to make sure we capture that here, even though a lot of this is going to be covered later with a hell of a lot of dry brushing. If there's any scuffs or scrapes, we can get in there and fix it without any issue. And of course, the more water you add, the longer it takes to dry. Right, now we're going to get our lovely new dry brushes that we've picked up, and we're going to go in there pretty heavily with Corvus Black. So get as much of the paint off as you can onto a towel, and dab some water onto it, just slightly, just to give it a little bit more movement. And I'm just running this around the sprue. Now we're leaving all of these on the sprue for a reason. It makes it so much easier to paint. Trying to paint these in your hands will be impossible. So you can do front and back really easily here. We'll then get some Mechanicus Standard Grey using the same dry brush, and we're going to apply it in the same amount. So we're not going to reduce the amount of paint on the dry brush. We're just going to run around each of these. You can go up and down, left and right. You can also do some circular motions around some of the larger ones to get that paint into the places that you want it. And we're trying to make it look a bit stony here, almost like it's an underlayer to what's coming next. Now, I wanted to try and match these to my Iron Hands army, which would be a black background with silver icons to make them really quite proficient. And here is that initial stage. But what I realized was very quickly, this was taking a huge amount of time. Like a huge amount of time. The large flat areas meant that I needed to do 2 coats of the silver. The wash then took ages to dry. It then needed to be relayered again multiple times. And then the edge highlighting with the Stormhost Silver was just painful. So I had to have a bit of a rethink, and I went back to the drawing board and thought, these are just markers. They should be done extremely quickly. So I thought, let's hit it and let's go fully metallic, leaving the black that we've previously done in their recesses, giving it a bit more to it. So we're going to go in with Iron Warriors, and again, a heavy dry brush this time. And we're doing extremely heavy dry brush. We're only leaving the black in the deep recesses, but almost making them metallic now. So we've basically pivoted. And sometimes it's important to realize as you're doing a project, this is not working. This was going to take me hours and hours to do. So I completely changed the spin on it. Then grab some Iron Hand Steel and X Silver up in our tones and just lightly dry brush this. So we're not sort of dusting it yet. We're just adding a little bit more metal to the higher areas. Work your way around each one. I tend to be systematic with these things when they're on the sprues just to make sure I don't miss any. But in hindsight, if you do miss 1 or 2, it'll just mean there's some tonal difference amongst the markers, which is no bad thing. So we're now going to add some staining in before doing the final dry brush. So we're going to get some Seraphim Sepia and Lahmian Medium, but we want to do a 4-to-1 mix. And then we're just going to get an old brush and just sort of paint this into areas where we think there might be some staining, where some water or some mildew started to form on this metal panel. So work your way around. Additionally, I overfilled this in some areas and then added more water to make it even more thinned down, to make it look really like it's staining. So you can see here some of them are much more stained than others, which is a nice effect. You don't have to do all of them the same. We're then going to go in with Stormhost Silver again with a dry brush, and we're really just dusting it this time. Just running the same direction, left and right across all of them. And it'll just stop the staining from being on the extreme edges, and it'll make it look nice and tight. Now the tougher part, just like with the silver previously, and I was mentioning that I was painting in each letter and element, I'm just going to paint all the numbers. I feel like they need to stand out. So I went in here with Corax White, nicely watered down. I laid the sprue down flat on the table and just held my hand on the table left and right, and it kind of just picks out those numbers. As long as you keep the brush the same height, it should just kind of roll over them. I did 2 coats there as well. So we're going to move in with the rust now. So we've got a sponge tool from Rhinox Hobbies. We picked this up a few weeks ago, and this was the first time I'd ever used it. And we're just going to add in some rust and grime onto these now. So we're going to pat the sponge off on a paper towel. Make sure there's not too much paint on there, but you can vary it as you go around. And we're just going to add bits and bobs onto all of them. I didn't do every single one. I did 90% of them, and then some of them I did more, some of them I did less, just to give them a bit of difference. And then when you are finished with the Rhinox Hide, do the same with Troll Slayer Orange. Dab the paint down again, dab it off the sponge, and just go over all the areas where you've done the Rhinox Hide. And that should give a nice oxidized effect. And then for the white letters, I've grabbed some Iron Hand Steel, dab this down quite nicely, and just on some of the edges and the middles, just sort of dab that on the white to make it look like it's also been a bit beaten up, but that's where we'll draw the line with the paint job here. I feel like if I'd carried on with the previous method, I would have been doing it for days. So this felt much faster, and I think came out really well. There are 2 sprues, front and back, so there is a lot to do, but there's a few more steps just to finish these off. So before we can remove them from the sprue, we'll want to varnish them. So we've got some Vallejo matte acrylic varnish here. I apply it with a brush. Some people like to apply it with airbrush. If you've got a rattle can of varnish, great. But you just want to hit both sides. It will take a little while to dry. I've actually over applying it here, so maybe apply a little bit less once you're doing it. So once it's dry, flip it over, do the other side. So now we get to clip them all out. Now this is going to take a little bit of time. You want to be careful because those clippers are quite sharp and they can completely destroy your paint job. So what I tend to do is clip away from the pieces here, leaving a little bit of the frame attached to each piece. And then once that's fallen through, go back in and you can more delicately remove the remainder of the frame by having the piece you need to cut out really close in your hand rather than being wobbling around on the sprue itself. And that allows you to get a cleaner, closer cut, just saving your paint job. Of course, clean away all of your mess, guys. And then finally, paint-wise, we'll just go in with some Abaddon Black straight out the pot. Don't water it down. Straight out the pot, just dab that into those voids. The edges are going to be a bit rough and ready, but who cares? They're just tokens at the end of the day. And with that, our Horus Heresy Age of Darkness markers are finished. We've got a whole host of objective markers here. There's 4 1s, with the reversed side 4 2s. I believe these are the objective markers. You guys can correct me in the comments, of course. Then there's additionally 4 3s, which have the reverse of 4 2s. No 4s or 0s for here. I don't know why there's no 0s, but whatever. These are the larger of the tokens, so these give you a little bit more real estate for the rust, and it's a little bit more obvious to see it on these ones. We've then got 8 pinned tokens, all with an X on one side, and then a plethora of numbers on the other side from 0 to 3. The reverse side, I don't think looks as nice as the front side with the X, but whatever. I guess they do the trick in-game. I thought it would be fun to lay them all out so you can see them all. And the variations as well, because they're not been done all the same. There's different layer amounts of dry brushing. We've been pretty liberal in some areas and maybe a bit reduced in others. We've then got the suppressed tokens. Again, 8 of these, numbered 0 to 3 on the backs. I think there's 2 of each number for each set of 8. I'll be learning what all of these things do in game soon because I'm pretty clueless. I remember what being pinned was, but the others, not a clue. Well, routed, I'm assuming you're running away, but interesting that there's a marker for that. We've then got stunned. Same situation. 0, 1, 2, and 3 on the backs. I do like the logo for this one though. And then finally routed with this exclamation mark, the least heresy looking one. I'll be holding it above my head. Again, 0 to freeze on the backs. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Hopefully see you in the next one. We've additionally got a Patreon set up at the moment. You can find the link in our channel description. Let me know what you guys think about that. There's also a link to a Whaling Games affiliate link, which gives us a little kickback if you guys go through there. But until the next time, let us know if you've got any questions, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.